For a people to be truly independent, they must have an independent educational system. If they are dependent on another people's educational system, they are dependent on another people's information. No other people feeds into another people that kind of information that gives that people the ability to dominate them. Therefore, I have often said education has but one honorable purpose, one alone. Everything else is a waste of time. The role of education is to train the student to be a proper handler of power. In the African people's journey in the United States and away from home, that has been a forced journey into exile, they have had to depend mainly on other people's curricula, other people's concepts of education, other people's concepts of religion, and other people's images, including the image of God. The proliferation of independent educational institutions, independent approaches to culture and religion, harking back to our African beginning, looking back at the curtain behind slavery, began again on the eve of the Civil Rights Movement and continued through the Black Studies movement, and now through the Pan-African movement and the African nationalist movement. So a new educational institution is a continuation of this same move toward total independence for African people away from home. This kind of education means sacrifice, it means planning, it means careful budgeting. It also means that you must have in force an information apparatus to convince a larger number of people to support the institution and to assure its continuation. Africans living away from Africa and Africans living in Africa itself and in the Caribbean islands are in a battle to develop independent institutions, especially educational institutions that will reflect the world in their favor, as against the world in favor of the people who dominate them. This means new curriculum, new books, new teaching methodology, and it also means looking beyond the slavery curtain at what happened to African people before this catastrophe in history. Maybe we have put the wrong emphasis on slavery. We need to emphasize this event in history as one of the many things that has happened to us. We also need to study the fact that for 1,000 years before this event, we were bringing independent states into being, one after the others. We have been everything in the high drama of human life, from saint to buffoon. Slavery was only one of the many events that has occurred in our existence. And we need to look at this catastrophe and remember that this is a catastrophe that has touched every life of every people on the face of this earth sometime in its history. We need not brood over it forever or assume that it happened only to us. This kind of teaching can only be done in an institution that is free of outside dominance, where we control the curricula, the flow of information, the conduct of the students, and while we find the means of financing the independent institutions that teaches our students, again, that the only proper education is the education to handle power, that the world is ruled by those who prepare for it and who can handle power and authority with some kind of skill. We are in the enviable position of being able to claim all that is ours by right of God and man without taking anything that rightfully belongs to other people. I believe our mission for restructuring our lives, regaining what slavery and colonialism took away, will start with independent educational institutions designed by us, for us, and run in behalf of our children and generations to come after them.
Thank you so much.